Alexander Isak returns to Anfield training. What it means for Liverpool. If Liverpool win the Premier League this season, we might look back at this one moment as the turning point. Alexander Isak is back at Anfield training, and his return changes everything for Arne Slot's attack. This isn't just another fitness update. This is about tactics, goals, and Liverpool's title race. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes and I'll break down exactly why this matters, how Isak fits into Slot's system, and what it means for the rest of the season. Let's start with the facts. Liverpool confirmed today that Alexander Isak has returned to team training after missing the last few weeks with a minor issue. For fans, this is massive. Isak has been one of the most consistent strikers in the Premier League since joining Newcastle. Last season, he scored 23 goals in 34 appearances. That's elite output. Only Haaland and Watkins scored more from open play. But here's the bigger picture. Liverpool's attack has been good, not great, in the opening weeks of the season. They're creating chances. Against Bournemouth, they had 21 shots. Against Brighton, they had 18. But the conversion rate isn't where it needs to be if they want to challenge Manchester City and Arsenal for the title. Right now, Liverpool are averaging 1.8 goals per game. To win the league, you usually need 2.3 or higher. Arne Slot's system relies on a mobile striker who can press, link play, and finish. Think of the way Slot used Santiago Gimenez at Feyenoord. That striker had to drop deep, combine with midfielders, rotate with wingers, and then arrive in the box at the right moment. That's exactly what Isak does. At 6 feet 4 inches, he's tall, but he moves like a winger. He drops deep, holds the ball, plays one-touch passes, and then explodes into the box. He's not a target man who just waits for crosses. He's a complete forward. So the question is, how does he fit into Liverpool's system right now? Let's break it down into 3 areas where Isak changes the team immediately. First, link-up play. Watch any Newcastle game, and you'll see Isak dropping into midfield, holding the ball, and releasing Bruno Guimaraes or Anthony Gordon with one touch. Liverpool's midfield loves to play quick combinations. So Boschlei, McAllister, Gravenberch, Jones, they need a striker who can turn and play them in. Darwin Núñez is more of a runner. He stretches defenses and attacks space behind. That's valuable, but it's different. Isak is a connector. He gives Liverpool a player who can receive with his back to goal, hold off a center back, and bring the midfield into the game. That's crucial against teams that sit deep and block the space behind the defense. Second, finishing under pressure. Isak's shot conversion rate last season was 19.3%. For context, Haaland was at 22%. That puts Isak in the top 5 strikers in Europe for clinical finishing. Liverpool have been wasteful in the box this season. They're getting to the right areas, but the final shot is rushed or off target. Against teams that sit deep, you need a striker who can score with half a chance. Someone who can take one touch, shift the ball, and finish with either foot. That's Isak. He scored 8 goals last season from shots with less than 0.15 expected goals. That's the definition of a clinical finisher. Third, pressing and work rate. Arne Slot demands high pressing from his striker. He wants the front player to be the first line of defense. Isak averages 2.1 successful pressures per 90 minutes and covers over 11 kilometers per game. He's not lazy. He'll run the channels, force center backs into mistakes, and win the ball high up the pitch. That's how Liverpool create easy goals. Think of the way Firmino used to win the ball near the edge of the box and Salah would score. Isak can do that same job, but with more goal threat himself. Put it together, and you get a striker who fits Slot's style perfectly. Mobile, clinical, and hardworking. He's not just a goal scorer. He's a system player who makes everyone around him better. So where does he play? The most likely setup is a 4-2-3-1, with Isak as the central striker. Salah stays on the right, Diaz on the left, and Szoboszlai behind Isak as the 10. Here's why this works. When Salah cuts inside from the right, Isak can drift wide to create space and drag a center back out of position. When Diaz beats his man on the left, Isak is already making the near-post run. And with Szoboszlai playing through balls, Isak's movement off the shoulder becomes deadly. He times his runs late, stays onside, and attacks the space between the center back and fullback. But there's another option, Slot could play Isak and Nunez together in a 4-4-2 against weaker teams or in cup games. The risk is rotation and fitness. Liverpool play every 3 days until December. Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup. Slot will need to manage minutes carefully. Isak has had injury issues before, mostly muscle problems that kept him out for 6 to 8 weeks at a time. If they overload him, they lose him again. But if managed right, Liverpool now have three elite striker profiles: Isak for control and finishing, Nunez for chaos and pace, Jota for intelligent movement and link play. That's depth that can compete with Manchester City. Now let's talk about the title race, because that's where this matters most. The Premier League is decided by fine margins. Last season, Arsenal lost the title by 2 points. Manchester City won it by winning 9 games in a row at the end. Goals in tight games win titles. Liverpool have dropped points this season in games where they had 20-plus shots but only scored 1. Against Crystal Palace, they had 23 shots and lost 1-0. Against Everton, they had 19 shots and drew 1-1. That's where Isak changes the math. He turns 0.2 expected goal chances into goals. He gives Liverpool a player who can score when the team is struggling to break a low block. Look at the next 5 fixtures. Brighton at home, Chelsea away, Arsenal at home, Aston Villa away, Manchester City at home. 3 of those are away games. In those games, Liverpool won't dominate possession. They'll need to be clinical on the counter. Isak is one of the best in the league at finishing counterattacks. He has the pace to run in behind and the composure to finish under pressure. Against Chelsea and Villa, those moments will decide the result. If he stays fit, I expect Isak to add 12 to 15 goals in the league from now until May. That could be the difference between second and first. It could be the difference between Champions League qualification and a Europa League fight. But this isn't just about this season. Isak is 25 years old. He's entering his prime. If Liverpool sign him permanently or on a long-term deal, they solve their striker problem for the next 5 years. Firmino left, Salah is 32, Nunez is still inconsistent. Isak gives them a striker who can lead the line for the next phase of the club, and it sends a message. After Klopp left, there were questions about whether Liverpool could still attract world-class players. Can they compete with City's money, Arsenal's project, and the pull of Real Madrid and Bayern? Getting Isak back fit and integrated shows that Anfield is still a destination. Players want to play for Liverpool because of the history, the fans, and the chance to win trophies. But it also puts pressure on the club. If Isak comes back and starts scoring, the expectation rises. Fans will expect a title challenge. The media will expect Slot to win something in year 1. So what should we watch in the next 2 weeks? 3 things. Number 1, minutes. Does Isak start against Brighton, or does Slot ease him in off the bench for 20 minutes? If he starts, it means the medical team is confident and Slot sees him as ready for the tactical plan. If he comes off the bench, it means they're managing his load. Number 2, chemistry. How quickly does he link with Salah and Szoboszlai? That partnership will decide how fast Liverpool click in the final third. Watch the first 15 minutes of the next game. If you see 1-2s between Isak and Szoboszlai, and Isak laying the ball off for Salah to cut inside, you'll know it's working. Number 3, goals. If he scores in his first 2 starts, the confidence snowballs. Strikers are streaky. 1 goal leads to another. If he goes 3 games without scoring, the questions start. That's football. Keep an eye on Liverpool's training clips too. You can see a lot from how a striker moves in rondo drills and finishing drills. If Isak looks sharp there, he looks sharp on match day. Watch his first touch, his body shape, and how quickly he shoots. Those are the details that separate good strikers from elite ones. There's also the psychological side. Liverpool's squad has been through a transition. Klopp leaves, a new manager comes in, some players are unsure about their roles. Bringing back a player like Isak for the fans, it's hope. After a summer of uncertainty, seeing Isak back on the grass at Kirkby feels like a statement. The club is moving forward. The project is alive. The goal is still to win. If Liverpool want to win the league, they need their best players available and performing. Isak is one of those players. His return doesn't guarantee a title, but it gives Liverpool a chance they didn't have 2 weeks ago. What do you think? Does Isak start the next game? And how many goals does he score this season? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. If you think I missed something about his fit in the team, tell me why. I want to hear your take. If you want more Liverpool tactical breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. I post 2 videos a week breaking down the games, the tactics, and the transfers that matter. No fluff, just analysis you can use. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.